Hey y'all, it's Israel and welcome to Israel's World. And today, y'all, today is gonna be a special type of video, a celebration type of video. And today makes me being on YouTube, for 7 years. Man, today is my 7-year anniversary for YouTube, for Israel's World. Man, I tell you, man, I was excited to do this video all day. Right now it's pretty late. It's pretty late. It's actually 2:39 in the morning. Yeah, May 1st, 2:40 now. May 1st, makes 7 years since I've been on YouTube. And yeah, y'all probably won't get this video until the 3rd. You might not get this video until May 3rd, which will be on Sunday. Today is May 1st, which is Friday, which I'm making this right now, May 1st, which is Friday, which is the actual day of the 7 years on YouTube. But y'all won't see this video until May 3rd, which is Sunday, because y'all already know my schedule as far as uploading. Sundays and Wednesdays for this channel, and of course Fridays for my other channel, Manual Visions Productions. And for my production channel, my production company channel, Manual Visions Productions. And I feel very proud. I'm proud of how Israel's World, how this channel, what it's become and what it's growing to be. You know, because this is really just the genesis. It's really just the beginning of something big. You know, and 7 years. These last 7 years being on YouTube has been a journey. You know, for those of y'all know, I put up my first video. My very first video that I put up was the crucifixion of the Messiah, where I portrayed Yahushua, or Jesus Christ. Y'all know that was my very first video that I put it up, and it's been going ever since that video, which was 7 years ago. And I was 12. I was 12 years old when I did that video 7 years ago. The crucifixion of the Messiah. I was 12 years old. I remember, like, when I first made that video, I wasn't really planning on putting it up on YouTube. My mom, I showed the video to my mom right after I made it, and she thought it was good, and she wanted a copy of it copy of it on her computer. And I didn't really know how to send it, because I wasn't really that tech, you know, I didn't really know how to really do technology like that, like I know now. Of course, with me being on YouTube for all this time, you know, I learned as the years went by with different techniques. So I uploaded it to YouTube, which my page at the time was just a blank page. You know, it was just pretty much blank, pretty much vacant, you know, pretty much just a eye symbol, you know, pretty much, you know, and I just put it up on that for her to take down, just to have on her computer, and then I was going to take it straight down, you know. But then when it uploaded and she eventually put it on her hard drive on her computer, I was like, well, maybe I'll just leave it up. And since then, since I put it up that day, I was like, you know what? Because I thought about doing YouTube. I thought about doing YouTube for a cool minute before I really established Israel's World. But by the way, I was already on you. By the way, this channel wasn't my first time being on YouTube. You know, this channel wasn't really my first, time being on YouTube. I was actually on YouTube before with my dad, and occasionally my brother was on it because we had another channel which was like a teaching type of channel where we did like teaching type of videos. Well, it was mainly my dad. And I was really young at the time, like 7, 8 years old, and I was accompanying him in the video and all that other type of stuff. And sometimes my brother would join in and stuff like that. So we had that channel, and we ran that channel until he passed away. And then for some reason we just didn't really feel like, and we just took the videos down, and just deposited the channel after he passed away. And then before we did that, I did a teaching called Facing Death, which was in dedication to him for that channel. And I was like, and it happened like right after I made that video, probably the day after his funeral. And then the time went on, and then we decided to just disregard the whole channel. And then maybe like 3 years later, about 3 years later, I come back with this channel, just doing it full force. My mom kind of gave me the idea a while back, to have a YouTube channel. She was like, because I used to just film skits. Like, I used to film like the Preacher Don skits. Because for those of y'all that know, I've been doing the Preacher Don character way before I even did YouTube. Way before YouTube, I was doing Preacher Don. I was just doing the character, when family came by, and I would put on the costume just for entertainment, to be the entertainment, put on the costume and all that stuff, and then act it out in front of family and stuff like that. And then I would make little videos, of me acting out the Preacher Don character. And then, because I've been doing the Preacher Don character. My dad I was doing the Preacher Don character when my dad was still alive. And stuff like that, and I was just acting it out. And I was like really young at the time, like 6, 7, 8 years old. So I've been playing the Preacher Don character for damn near my whole life. Very young age, playing that character. And then I was filming skits, doing that, filming skits, and just keeping it for me to watch it and enjoy. And then I was showing it to my mom, and she was like, you should do a YouTube channel. She was like, hey, she gave me the idea, you should do a YouTube channel and put this up on there. And I was like, I heard her, and I was like, at the time, I was like, okay. And of course, I knew I knew about YouTube because I was doing the channel with my dad before, but I was like, but it was mainly him, it was mainly him, and I would come on there occasionally, me and my brother. And when she gave me the idea, I was like, I thought about it. And then some years passed by, I think a couple of years passed by, and then by the time I did the Crucifixion of the Messiah, and I put it up, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it up. And then I think I filmed it another skit right after I left it up. I think a couple of days later, I filmed another skit called "A Robber Breaks in My Car." Yeah, I remember that skit. I filmed it a couple of days right after I put up the Crucifixion of the Messiah. It was called A Robber in My Car. A Robber in My Car. I think that's what it's called. So that was my second video, which, yeah, A Robber in My Car. That was the second skit that I put up. And ever since then, it's been a roll. And so then, and then even with those two videos being up, it still wasn't called Israel's World. It was called, I think it was just blank, really. And then a couple of days, and then we started building the channel. I started creating my profile and my banner, you know. And then another thing too, I was gonna call my channel That's So Raven. Damn. Not That's So Raven, That's So Israel. Not That's So Raven, That's So Israel. That's what I was gonna name my channel. Whenever I decided to do a channel, I was gonna call it That's So Israel. And the reason why I was gonna call it That's So Israel, because I really loved the show That's So Raven. I really loved it, you know, Raven Simone's show on Disney, That's So Raven. So I was gonna call it That's So Israel. But then I was like, then I was like, you know what? Israel's World. Yeah, Israel's World is perfect. It was better. Israel's World just went with it better. You know? Because, you know, Israel's World is like me doing different things. You know, I do all kinds of different type of content, you know. Just showing, and it's like a world, you know. A world of me doing different things, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's, you know, vlogs or, you know, at times skits or vlogs or music or short films, TV series, reactions, gaming videos. Well, I didn't really start doing the gaming videos until a little later on. The Gaming with Israel videos. Yeah. So all of that combined, me doing all this different type of stuff, was like a world. So that's why I called it Israel's World. So that was a better catch for the channel, and I've just been rocking it ever since 2019. And, you know, and I was 12, I was a preteen at the time. And I remember also around the time that I was getting ready, that I started YouTube, I was getting ready to have my book released. I was getting ready to put out my book, you know. For those of y'all that's been around since day one, knew that I came out with a book 7 years ago. I think a couple of weeks after I started Israel's World, I came out with a book called A Young Boy's Dilemma, my book of poetry. It's still on Amazon. It's still on Amazon. So if you want to purchase the book, it's still on Amazon. It's called A Young Boy's Dilemma, my book of poetry. And I came out, and I came out with that book 7 years ago when I was 12. And I remember when I came out with that book, a lot of people that I knew was shocked that I came out with a book. Being that young, being a preteen, I wasn't even a teenager yet at the time. I was like preteen. I was getting ready to turn a teenager, which I was getting ready to turn 13 at the time that next month. And yeah, around the time, a couple of weeks after I started Israel's World, I came out with a book. And yeah, Young Boy's Dilemma, my book of poetry. It's on Amazon, still on Amazon for sale if you want to purchase the book. And I am, for those of y'all that's asking, do I have another book coming? Am I coming out with another book? And that question is yes. The answer is yes, I am working on another book. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but another book is in the works right now. another poetry book is in the works right now. I'm not gonna go into detail on what it's about because there's a lot of things that's coming with this book that I'm really excited about. I'm not gonna go into it. I'm not gonna go so far into it, but there is a lot of things that's coming with this new book. Y'all will see. Y'all see it unfold when the time comes. But I am working on another book. So off of that, yeah, this journey, these last 7 years has been crazy. It's been a crazy journey. It's like my whole teenage years, pretty much all of my teenage years were spent on YouTube. Pretty much my whole teenage era was spent on here. Throughout the journey, I had some subscribers that passed away. I had a few subscribers that passed away that I knew about, and seeing all the day ones, and I still see a lot of day ones commenting and showing love since the very genesis of this channel, and I really appreciate it. And seeing all the new people and seeing people, throughout the years come along for the ride and all that other type of stuff, it's just been a journey. And I'm just really proud of how what this channel is becoming, I would say now, me back, my mindset is different now than it was when I first started. Because, obviously I was a preteen when I first started Israel's World. I was a preteen, and now I'm a full-fledged adult. I'm getting ready to be 20 in 2 months. Well, actually, no, next month. Yeah, next month. It's already May. I'm still thinking we're still in April, but it's May now. It's May 1st. So I'll be 20 next month. Yeah, I'll be 20 next month. And I've been doing this since I was 12. And I'm getting ready to be 20 next month. Man, like I said, my mindset now is way different than my mindset was when I was 12, when I first started Israel's World. And a lot of different stuff happened to me during this journey. Most of it was good, some of it was challenging. The only thing that I regret is that, my grandmother didn't make it to see my 7th anniversary. Because those of y'all that do know, I did lose my grandmother, a few months back, and my uncle. And so that's the only thing about this time around, they didn't really get a chance to see, the 7th year anniversary. But, I know definitely that they would have been happy for me. And I'm thankful I still got another grandmother. I'm able to share this moment with them. My grandmother, my grandfather, my mother, of course. Supporter since day one. My biggest cheerleader, my mother. My friends, my brother, my friends. Y'all know who y'all are. Yeah. It's just been a journey. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, recently, I've been dealing with some challenges and, I'm still trying to push through every day, taking it one day at a time, like, like you're supposed to. And yeah, I'm just very thankful, Matter of fact, I'm gonna shoot out some names. Some of y'all, I'm gonna shout out a couple of names. I want to shout out Miss Jacqueline and the little brothers, Michael and Jeremiah. If y'all watching this video, I love y'all, and I know y'all been through a lot, and I just want to let you know, I'm just glad my content is able to help y'all through this difficult time y'all going through. And Miss Jacqueline, I thank you so much for letting them continue to watch me, and I'm glad that you're enjoying my content as well. Malachi the Music Man, Frederick, Carol, you know what it is, man. I appreciate you. Jack the Hebrew Boy, Jack Williams. Hey, I appreciate you, man. You my day one, Me and you are actually close in age, and as I was like growing up back then, you were growing up, so you always have a special place in my heart. Melody Simmons, I appreciate you. Another day one. Tiffany Gaskins, I appreciate you. I'm really glad that you told me that I inspired you to be an actress, that you always wanted to be an actress, and I'm able to inspire you to become that again. And, you never know. Might be able to work something out. But I appreciate you, Tiffany Gaskins. Who else? Jessica Wright, another day one. Lativa Purdue. Who else? Michael Terry. Appreciate you. Yeah, I know all of y'all. I know all my day ones now. Matthew, I believe you're Nigerian. Matthew, Caro, excuse me if I'm misspelling your last name, but Matthew, I know who you are. Thank you. Yeah. Who else? If I'm missing anybody, please forgive me, but those are the ones that I have on top of my head. But shout out to everybody, all my subscribers, all my day one subscribers. Y'all know who y'all are. The ones that came along the way, thank you. And the new ones that recently joined this channel, thank you as well. It's well appreciated. If y'all want to know what I'm drinking on pineapple soda. But yeah, but I ain't trying to make this video too long. It's really just because I'm already going on 24 minutes. Excuse me, man. I don't want to really drain my battery out, but I really want to spend this moment, just to show my appreciation for these last 7 years being on this platform, and also, it's just very, I'm very appreciative, and I feel good. And, because this stuff is not easy, it's very time consuming, and I've been doing this for the last 7 years, and it's even more time consuming now, because now I'm really trying to pay attention to the quality and editing and bring out the best presentation of the content now. Um, yeah, it's like I'm just very appreciative. Last 7 years has been a journey, and many more years to come. Yeah. Well, I want to thank you to everybody that's been rocking with me since day one. It's really appreciated, and I can't thank you enough. You know, and and yeah, but yeah, but yeah, but I hope y'all enjoyed this video. See y'all in this video. Israel's out. Bye, y'all. Peace. And happy 7 years to this channel.